theme song.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah. You're joining us from the E3 Awesome-Robo hotel press room sleeping chamber.
Enjoy the sound.
Enjoy the ambient sound
for the rest of this
fucking air
podcast.
conditioning.
It's not gonna end for this.
It's not gonna.
Well, they can.
Guys, you can hear our voices, right?
We'll see. We're gonna hope this whole podcast films right.
Do we seem fucking delirious to you guys? Because yeah, we are. We've been walking every day. We've been talking to developers. We've been formulating opinions, making connections,
Making poor life choices.
Exactly. It's 3 in the fucking morning. What are we doing? We're filming a podcast for you guys. Because we want to talk about what we've learned over the last 2 days. And what have we learned? What's the biggest conclusion we've reached, Chris? Putting you on the spot here.
Shadows let you hide.
Shadows let you hide. Straight from the words of the Activision representative presenting his James Bond game, which...
Best game of E3, by
Best game of E3, by the way. 007 Legends. That's what it was called, right?
I was kind of excited for it, too. It's like, oh, sweet, they're gonna mix all the James Bond games into one game. And then we sit there, and I wasn't even, like, upset about the game. I just felt bad for the dev team.
I thought we'd like teleported back in time to 1999, in which developers were showing off their amazing new stealth AI that they've developed. Because according to this game, hiding behind crates is a revolutionary new thing, which is going to engage players in an all-new way. And also, Daniel Craig is every James Bond in the last 50 years.
And they replaced all the old technology with cell phones. Because that's all you need.
That's right. I mean, Moonraker, cell phones. Makes everything better, right? Anyway, the Activision... We went to Activision, we went to a bunch of like big developers, and we were surprisingly underwhelmed by their offerings. Activision especially, they had pretty much nothing to show. Like,
I mean, honestly, like, I wasn't pleasantly surprised with Black Ops. Yeah. But, I mean, they're trying.
Yeah, I mean, Black Ops 2, we checked that out. We got a demo. I like the fact that they're going the futuristic theme, but...
It doesn't really seem like they're going too far with it.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, the demo made us both exhausted and bored, because they're trying to one-up everything done before it, and I think that's kind of a slippery upward slope.
It's basically like a blend of... It's a Red Bull and testosterone, just mixed into one game.
Fuck! Shit! It was 30 minutes of set pieces, non-stop. The pacing was just awful. It was just not there. It was just like high octane the entire time.
Yeah, there's a level of like, oh, that's a cool set piece that you put in a game, but it's just one massive set piece that never ends the entire time, and I just...
Yeah. So it's LA being invaded.
It stressed me out, honestly.
It stressed me out.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, slow the fuck down. This is... God.
I was just imagining myself playing this game at a later point, because it was literally a playthrough of an entire level, like the LA level or something. It takes place in Los Angeles, is one level we checked out.
Yeah, they were like, oh, look, you're on the street. Look, that's the Staples Center right there.
Yeah. And he gets hit by...
4 cars.
He gets hit by every imaginable car.
The first 20 seconds of the game is literally just him driving down the road in slow motion of cars hitting their cars, flying over them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Why does... I feel like it's a cliche at this point, where you always wake up in like a car that has exploded, or whatever.
Yeah.
But this game had like 3 blackout sequences instead of other games which had 1. That's the one-upmanship part. You get knocked out way more times in this one. And then you wake up going, fuck! Shit! God damn it!
That was the best part of the game, though. So, like, literally every time something badass happened, they just drop a cuss word.
People just laugh. They're like, what the fuck? Is that what people would say?
They were super forced, but...
Yeah.
The one cool thing, though, about it was who was that? I can't remember right now, it's fucking late. What were those missions
The
called?
Strike Force?
Yeah, the Strike Force missions, where essentially you have an entire team of people, including robots and other Strike Force members, I guess. And you can just swap control out of all of them and give orders to the other ones.
Yeah, it's like an RTS, pretty much. And that was exciting because they're actually trying to do something other than generic shooter.
And you were saying, like, you brought up, like, if they implemented that in the multiplayer, that could be actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much an RTS. You can just... You control everybody from an upwards view, then you can just jump into anyone's shoes and just take control of them. So, the demo showed the guys, like, as soldiers, as freaking drones, as... You know, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Good job on that.
Yeah, we're focusing on Activision a lot right now, but...
Well, let's skip that.
Not necessarily... No, I'm just saying, like, maybe taking a step back before that. I think, this E3 compared to last year, it's kind of interesting. There's well, like, in my opinion, a lot of things have shifted.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about, like, how the Japanese developers actually put on a damn good show this year compared to last year.
Dominated.
They dominated. Yeah, like, everything...
They stepped up their game a lot.
Everything else was just did not stand out, because it was mostly sequels. Even the Japanese sequels, actually, the Japanese stuff was mostly sequels as well, but
yeah,
they stepped up their game big time.
Well, they've always been talking about, like, focusing more on the Western audience, but I feel like they didn't that much. I guess maybe with DMC.
The Devil May Cry, yeah?
Yeah, but with Resident Evil, I don't know. It seems like they're still sticking to their roots, and I'm happy they are, because they don't...
They are, but there's something changed, like something's different. It's like they figure out a good balance.
Quality control change, that's what happened.
Yeah. Resident Evil, like, we went to Capcom, you know, didn't sneak in or anything to the press area because we didn't have an appointment. Oops.
We didn't even sneak in, we stumbled in by accident.
Yeah, we just walked in. We didn't have an appointment with Capcom, and they led us into a meeting room where they were showing off cinematics for Street Fighter vs. Tekken, a game that came out.
They were groan-inducing.
Ellen and Dudley sharing a romantic moment, and I noticed there was a door to the right of the theater that they just ushered us into, which just was unlocked, and we walked right through it, and we were in the behind-the-scenes press area, and we just started playing everything we could see. So we played Devil May Cry, the new one, Resident Evil 6, which was
I was blown away by it.
Fucking impressed.
Yeah, like from 5 to 6, it's like it's a whole fucking. I'm blown away.
I have no idea.
I have no words. It looks beautiful.
The graphics are beautiful, and like I feel like they've kind of taken a step away from Resident Evil's 5, like globe-trotting.
They made it feel
loose plot type of thing that was going on, which I didn't really care about.
And they made it feel a lot more claustrophobic, which I actually really liked.
Yeah, it went back to kind of like Resident Evil 2 days. That's what it felt like.
I don't know if it's gonna be like that in everything, but from what I played, even like the Jake, the Jake part.
Yeah, there's like 3 campaigns you can choose from: Leon, Christina. There's 3. Leon, something, and Jake. He did Jake.
Leon, Chris, and Jake.
Leon, Chris, and Jake.
And yeah, I did Jake, and it's just I guess Jake's supposed to be more action oriented, but even that stuff feels still.
Yeah, and it's not even zombies in this installment. I have no idea.
I don't know
how Capcom's gonna spin this one.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they were.
I was blowing off their heads and they were growing back.
Yeah, they look like Terminators. Like they had like metal studs in their head, stuff like that.
What did you think about Devil May Cry though?
Devil May Cry was amazing. Also, you know, we've trash talked that game a lot, but I found it to be like, well, I could still trash talk it honestly. I mean, the protagonist is an absolute fucking tool. Like he's just like this cocky idiot who makes lots of puns.
I mean, he's always been punny,
but not like this.
It's just that bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it. He had headphones.
Yeah, I had headphones. I was playing. He was watching. We were just taking turns playing games, and the combat is like 10 times more fluid than was in the previous like Devil May Cry installments. I know the guys who worked on was it Heavenly Sword or
Ninja Theory.
Yeah, Ninja Theory. They dropped Heavenly Sword 2 to work on this installment. I think they did an amazing job. I mean,
It looked really nice.
the combo system was so good that I broke the game while I was playing it, as we were laughing hysterically as I managed to make Dante head into the high skies using a combo move. It's like an infinite in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you know?
Yeah, you
like,
could just grab him, throw him up, grab him again.
Yeah. So it's some sort of like a grapple move, but it also propels you upward. So I was just doing it infinitely to characters, and I'd end up outside the skybox, nearly break the camera.
It's fun.
But it was fun. The game's looking amazing, so I'm not gonna trash talk that either.
Yeah. What else?
E3 in general is just like it's just kind of fun. Like we
Yeah, I mean,
because we're not racing with the other media outlets to like get scoops on all the stories. We really just tried to focus on what we thought was cool.
Instead of breaking news, we're just kind of giving honest opinions on these games rather than.
Yeah, as gamers, I mean,
Yeah.
as gamers who've been playing,
Games.
I think as gamers we're maybe like tired of sequels and looking for something a little bit fresh.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's
And
the type of
even
stuff
though
we
this
focus
E3 was still sequel after goddamn sequel,
on. Yeah,
I still feel like the sequels are a little bit.
people put a lot more effort into innovating a little bit.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
Which that made me happy.
Like the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance thing we got to try. That was fucking incredible.
By far the best game.
The best time that we played it.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah, we just managed to get in. We also didn't have an appointment, but we just.
I don't think you needed an appointment to play it. There's just
I don't know. We just went in, and the cutting mechanic. We've seen it in trailers and everything, but actually playing it, it's like the most satisfying thing I've ever seen. It just feels so damn good, and you feel so powerful while doing it.
I honestly didn't know how the cutting system worked before.
No, I didn't. I couldn't figure it out either.
And then when even watching the videos before I actually got to play it.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Yeah, it's like, how is this working? Essentially, I don't even know if I can explain it right. You hold down the left trigger, and it slows down time, and then you essentially can use your right trigger, kind of like how EA uses the skate tricks. You use that to swing your sword, essentially, and you can just do that over and over and over again, and not stop.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a limit, but I think it encourages you to cut things into as many pieces as possible. So the first time I cut into a guy, like, I cut him into about 100... There was like a combo count for how many times you can cut a person into pieces. I reached like 140 pieces. And after you let go of the trigger, it's an absolute fucking disaster.
And then they explode into a fountain of blood after that.
Because for some reason you have to crush everyone's heart. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
They're all cyborgs, I guess, so it's okay.
But our jaws dropped because the tech that they're showing off for that game, like, you can cut anything in the game into pieces, like...
Yeah, there's cars.
Like, yeah, there's a level where there's cars. I just went up like, haha, I probably can't cut this. And I just sliced the car up into tiny bits and all the pieces start sliding off. I was like,
yeah,
it's fucking incredible.
I was really impressed, like, all the pieces that you cut still have, like, hold the same physics.
Yeah, exactly, and...
Like, I was slicing a watermelon that was just stationary, and you just slice it perfectly, and nothing moves, it stays where it should.
Until you bump it, and then it just slides off.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't think this was possible in this generation, but go figure. They made it work somehow.
I was really skeptical about that game too, because when they announced it...
When they announced Revengeance, we're like, oh shit, they've gone,
It's just a cash-in on the Metal Gear series.
They've jumped the shark hardcore. But yeah, it felt really damn good. It was like...
Amazing job, Platinum Games.
Yeah, Platinum Game. I mean, Bayonetta, it was cool. It was like a little too over the top for my taste, but this one was just...
I love it.
And it's gonna explain what the fuck happened to Raiden between Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4 for you Metal Gear fans.
It's still up in there. I've been reading it's based after 4, but from what we saw...
From what we saw, it seemed like it was between 2 and 4. Like,
it's still, I don't think they've really put anything in stone.
Yeah, some people on our blog were telling us, actually, they leaving comments saying this takes place after 4. Because Konami didn't want to commit to any story for Raiden, but...
I don't see why not.
They've never explained how he turned into a ninja. He just goes from being normal metrosexual to full killing machine that everyone loved him for. I don't know. And we were just kind of going around checking out a bunch of I think the smaller titles. We were kind of hunting for...
Yeah, there was not a whole lot of small titles this year.
I think Quantum with Quantum Conundrum was
Yeah.
one of the smaller titles. It was being displayed by Square Enix, which
massively though too.
Yeah, it had a huge presence, but the game is like
It's
an Xbox Live title.
It's a pretty niche looking game, but
but the potential is absolutely incredible. I mean, I was really freaking excited. So the game's being developed by Airtight Games. If you remember, they worked on a game called Dark Void. Dark Void was done in collaboration with Capcom, but due to a lack of marketing on the part of Capcom, they split off and joined Square Enix for this new title, which I would have never been able to tell it was made by Airtight Games because it was so cartoony.
Wait.
Huh?
I just realized we haven't even mentioned the fact that we're in the same fucking room right now on a podcast. I don't know.
Whoa, that's
I don't
weird.
know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, keep going. I don't know. I'm sorry. It just blew my mind. It's 2 in the morning.
That's real. We've never been in the same room on a podcast.
I'm sorry. I interrupted the whole podcast to say that. Go back to your...
I mean, you can continue now because you broke my train of thought. Quantum Conundrum. What did you think?
Conundrum. I thought it was great. I mean, it was, like you said, an indie title, like with massive marketing behind it by Square Enix. But essentially, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't want to compare it to Portal. Cause
It is. I think it's safe to say Portal was an inspiration.
Oh, I'm sure it was, but the gameplay honestly does not have much. It doesn't have much.
In spirit.
In spirit, it's there, but in terms of like gameplay mechanics, it's nothing like.
Yeah,
Portal.
it's basic. Okay, I'm still kind of convinced that it is a little bit like Portal. Imagine Portal without the portal gun, basically.
It's not Portal.
Yeah, it's Portal except you're manipulating the entire world around you, the physical aspects of the world around you. So you can basically switch dimensions.
Yeah, there's like a fluffy dimension, a metal dimension. And essentially every time you switch the dimension, everything around you
changes. There's a fluffy dimension.
Yeah.
So they're showing examples where, for example, you cannot pick up a safe in a normal dimension.
But you switch it to the fluffy.
Well, you switch it to fluffy dimension, it becomes super light. And then, for example, you can throw a fluffy safe at a piece of glass, and then switch it back to normal dimension, it turns into metal again, and can break through glass or something like that. It's very hard to describe. It's late at night.
The coolest thing I thought was, so they get to the point where you have all 4 dimensions. Like there's a time slowing one, there's one where you can reverse gravity. And he essentially turns the safe into cotton, picks it up, throws it, turns it back into the metal, or the regular world, slows down time, jumps on the safe, and then essentially as it's being thrown, he messes with the gravity to keep it going, to get him across the room.
It's ridiculous,
It's
yeah.
really smart.
So it's like you throw something forward, and then fuck with gravity. I don't even know. It's a mind-bending type of puzzle game. I think it's gonna do amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it has all the potential. The art style's fantastic too. It's like Team Fortress 2 kinda. Yeah.
Speaking of which, it was funny. Both the art directors were the guys.
The
showing
concept
up
artists.
The game,
The
Or,
concept
yeah,
artists.
not-
The guys who painted all of this, who designed everything. Like, that's pretty rare. Just from my experience. I mean,
I don't have any experience, so.
yeah, it's usually like PR marketing people
Yeah.
who listen to these things. Yeah.
They were really cool guys too.
They're super cool guys, so we might be doing an art feature on them too. Some of the other stuff, we met a ton of cool people there.
Yeah.
You know, in the press rooms and stuff like that.
Met some guys from Destructoid.
Met some guys from Destructoid, met
Really
some
nice
guys,
guys.
from... Yeah.
Random Mega 64 guys.
Mech 64 guys, that's right.
Yeah.
They gave us
Some-
VIP cards for strip clubs, so...
Got some titty
Thanks,
bar
guys.
action.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
We took full advantage of it tonight.
And actually today we spent the last of E3, we went to play Hawken at the Lux Hotel, which is away from the convention center. They had a giant setup with 24 computers. We got to talk to just about the entire development team, the original development team. That is an incredible looking game. Like,
It was a blast.
it's a fucking blast to play, and they're not even going into beta until like the end of this
December,
year.
yeah.
Because we learned that the game I mean could technically be shipped right now.
They need monetization.
Yeah. So basically the idea is the original premise before they were picked up by a publisher called Meteor, which is based out of Seattle, was to just create one level with a few mechs, throw it out there, and hopefully the fans would respond by saying, we're willing to pay some more money for more levels, more features, etc. But this publisher picked them up, gave them a ton of money, and told them, okay, you have until the end of the year to add all these features that we'll be able to maybe charge players for. But they said, not in the way that makes it game-breaking or pay to win.
Yeah.
You know, we were pretty clear about that. We were asking them, and they seemed pretty confident that they could pull it off. We played
what Team Fortress does. There's no reason to sell.
Yeah, the Team Fortress 2 model is absolutely fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah, just make cool items. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. And when we were there, like the Epic Mealtime guys just walked in, which was really fucking surreal.
Yeah, Harley sat down right next to me, reeking of...
Harley, Mr. Beard, and he spent the entire time customizing his mech rather than playing.
He was so trashed.
He was so fucking trashed.
The entire room just smelled like alcohol after that point.
Yeah.
No, they were all pretty trashed. You could tell they were all just sitting there slurring. But
gotta play hopping. That's what he says. Yeah.
Also, apparently, inside scoop, Muscles doesn't play video games.
Yeah, the guy wears sunglasses all the time. He was sulking in the background, and some lady was kind of bugging him. She wanted to get a picture with him.
Well, no, she was like, "Why don't you play Hawking?" He's like, "I don't like video games. I only work out
and play sports." And she insulted him. She insulted him because she said, "Yeah, why don't you play Hawking instead of making YouTube videos about eating and drinking maple syrup?"
No, she said, "Is there not enough chopping wood and chugging maple syrup in this game for you?" And he just shut up.
He got surly after that.
He just sat there with his arms crossed at that point. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like, it's been today especially was really surreal because we just met all these people that, because of the fact that they're kind of big on YouTube or other outlets, when you run into them, it's just weird, man. It's just you get starstruck kind of, but not like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you see them in a normal setting and not behind camera. It's pretty cool. Someone's yelling at us.
Please be quiet.
Are you serious? How can they fucking hear us?
Welcome to fucking Los Angeles.
We're in Los Angeles, and
apparently our neighbors must.
We're in a hotel room. Is it us?
Who else would they be yelling at?
This is an unscripted moment.
Let's just keep...
Anyway, I don't know what to do now.
No! You got something! No! I did, man! Dude, I wish I had something. Oh, man, I wish I did.
Like yourself.
I wish I did. I wish I did, but I got nothing. It's all credit cards.
I can't do this.
Everyone on Facebook is telling us to eat their food.
Anyways.
Sorry.
So, sorry about that.
I'm pretty sure that lady's laughing over there too.
Fucking bitch. But
she's not a bitch. She's a nice lady. She was really nice about it.
She said, "Hey neighbors,
Hey, can you guys be quiet? Thanks."
So in terms of like the Hawkins stuff, let's get back to that. Yeah, it was really weird because we got to talk to the founders. We got to talk to the CEOs of this company, and they seemed just as surprised as us. We were really eager to talk to them, and they seemed surprised that we were eager, kind of, excited.
Yeah.
It was a damn good game. It was made by 10 people.
It's really fun. I didn't want to stop playing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so fucking addictive. All the gameplay systems in it were just...
Yeah, it's a really fast-paced mech combat game. From all the videos I saw, I was worried it was going to be too much...
Too simulation-y, maybe?
No, I was too worried it was just going to be too first-person shootery. It looked way too fast.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a first-person shooter at all.
It doesn't. I mean, the turning,
the way the things, yeah.
Yeah, the turning really affects just how that game works, so...
And it's got this genius little feature where if you press C, your mech shuts down. Like I'd heard of the feature, but your mech shuts down and a drone kind of fixes it. We were playing team deathmatch, and it became kind of awesome because yeah, we'd be in packs pretty much, and somebody would be like, "Ah shit, I took a lot of damage from that last fight. Just can you guys watch me for a second?" And there was all these other features like you could put down turrets, shoot EMPs, shield yourself,
holograms are a lot of fun.
Yeah, there was one match where I was doing deathmatch against Chris, and yeah, I was wailing on a thing that was not taking any fucking damage.
And I just sat on the side sniping.
Yeah, he just sniped me, one-shotted me. But I think it's gonna be fucking huge. Like, I think they're gonna make a ton of money when this thing comes out.
I definitely hope they do.
Yeah,
It's really inspiring to see something like this. So.
I know. It just kind of sets the bar higher for all these other guys. I just feel like another studio would have taken like 200 people to make something like that. Something that pretty.
But yeah, the environments alone are ridiculous.
Yeah, this is kind of going off the mentality, you know, like less is more. You know, I talked to them about how they built their environments, which are absolutely amazing looking.
Like repeating building blocks.
It's like they just take a few like Lego block type pieces, repeat them, rotate them, but you can't tell. Like it was a super intelligent way of building things up. Yeah, that like made our day because that was like the last thing we did.
Well, because we ran into it yesterday on the show floor.
Yeah, it was like at a Twitch booth.
Yeah, we had no clue it was gonna be there. I'm like, huh, is that talking over there? Ciro just lost his shit like.
Talking. Label? Because I thought it was a stream or something, you know? Like, Twitch is like a streaming website. Yeah. So, when Haku comes out, we go and be on Twitch. You know? Pro
level.
Diamond level, platinum.
Trade.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a blast. Yeah, we're just looking for stupid stuff to do on the E3 show floor as well. Because there was a lot of, like, boring, stupid shit out there. Unnecessarily large booths, Connect, anything. You might have seen this video. I don't know when you guys are gonna see this video, but we compiled
basically every Connect game on the show floor.
But not
the game.
Not the way you'd expect it. Yeah.
If you've already seen it, then you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But if it's not out yet.
It's called Out of Context Goodness.
Yeah.
You just can't get over the Fable. Like there was one demo for Fable where we lost our shit because it was the most awkward fucking setup possible.
It's a stage.
It's a giant white stage.
You make me sit in the middle on a chair and play a Connect game. Like
it's like a throne, okay, and you're sitting down. Yeah, and you're casting spells.
Have you seen the video of the kids LARPing in the forest?
Yeah.
And the kid going lightning bolt. It was like that, except he's just sitting stationary.
And the guy was like really serious about it too. He was like, it was just unbelievably awkward. And you know, when we film it from their perspective, it takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
You know, so brace yourself. Heaven or hell?
Fight.
Heaven or hell?
That guy. He's gonna be ingrained in our heads forever.
That's the best example. There was an example of viral marketing going outside. We could not even tell if it was viral marketing, but it worked because we've been imitating him all day.
That video. Hopefully that.
There's okay. Yeah, give these guys some context.
Well,
inside jokes are awesome.
I know that they're great. No one needs to know about them. No, like outside there's like picketers. I mean, outside of the
it's fucking chaos. LA is fucking chaos. There was everything under the sun. Union strikes, horse parades, angry hockey fans.
But there's this one particular guy. He had like a wooden cross backpack on. Like it was a huge wooden cross too. He had a full speaker set up too with like a attached microphone. And we got there around 11 this morning. He was still out there at 6 p.m. saying, "Heaven or hell? Heaven or hell?
Heaven or hell? Heaven or hell? Life is short, death the shore.
Resident Evil 6 viral marketing.
Judgment Day is coming. Heaven or hell?
Heaven or hell?
Heaven
Fight!
or hell?
Heaven
Or hell. He was doing Connect.
Yeah.
It was Connect viral marketing.
Exactly, Connect viral marketing.
And he
What else did he say? He said like 2 other lines.
Judgment is coming. What will you do? Heaven or hell?
And what was the point he was trying to get across?
See, if you're preaching something,
At
you know,
least preach
typically
something.
try to get a little bit more specific than reciting the same 4 lines for 8 hours a day. He was there the first day
He was there. I didn't.
and the second day, and he's been saying the same. Like he was just.
It doesn't get any point across. It's white noise at that point.
All I got in my head is like, okay, what video game are you viral marketing for? Was it for Resident Evil 6?
Well, yeah, because there were those guys inside the convention center.
Yeah, they're taking pictures of people. They're like, we've gone missing. People have gone missing.
Yeah, but no, this guy.
Yeah.
Favorite marketing of E3, even if he's not marketing.
If he's not marketing, because Dante's Inferno, they did something similar a few years ago.
Where they were boycotting, like, what were they boycotting?
But you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Like, I mistook it for just like people preaching or
How
something.
did they even figure out that it was a viral? Oh yeah, I think they.
I think the home team, yeah, it was so subtle that they had to fucking announce it themselves.
And then people got pissed about it.
Yeah.
But if they announce this is viral marketing,
Mm-hmm.
best fucking viral marketing of all time.
Yeah, seriously.
Heaven
Or hell.
or hell.
And what about yeah, we were blown away by the fucking movie that got released at the Disney booth today, which
Oh yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph is just like, I'm still in disbelief that it's a real thing.
How they got approval for all that?
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the trailer already on the front page, go check it out. But it's basically Disney and all the a ton of video game companies collaborated to create like this. I'm gonna call it Reverse Kingdom Hearts, where it's
Without
like
Mickey.
yeah, it's basically all the video game characters inside a Disney movie, whereas there was like the Disney movie characters in a Japanese video game, and it's bizarre. Yeah,
It's bizarre, but it's done so. I feel like all the characters aren't just like barfed in. It seems pretty tasteful with how.
yeah, they were like adapted. Like seeing, there's a scene like we were watching the trailer. There was no sound on the show floor, and all of a sudden it's like, it's Zangief, M. Bison, a Pac-Man ghost, Bowser,
I think that zombie is from House of the Dead.
a zombie from House of the Dead, in a support group meeting with Wreck-It Ralph, who's like a Donkey Kong character,
Yeah.
like a
Voice-
faux Donkey
Is
Kong.
it John C. Reilly that's voicing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And they're in the middle of a support group. I'm like, what the fuck? How's this possible? Like,
yeah, then it cuts to a scene on on the outside. There's this huge conglomeration of.
yeah, it's like a whole like terminal for.
Like you thought you saw Zero Suit Samus. I mean, I saw an image online a little bit ago that had a little dragon. I mean, the dragon wasn't from a video game, but it had a little sign that said, "Will NPC and Will NPC and new FPS for food." It's just little things like that. That's clever. I mean,
what the hell?
it's a stupid joke, but still, Disney's trying to.
I fucking loved it. It was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Disney, I think, might finally tap into something here.
Yeah.
By actually
As
paying
long as-
attention to people's interests.
As long as they don't milk it, at least this. But that's gonna
I
happen.
mean, imagine the video game.
Oh god. Actually,
That might be very troublesome, actually,
Yeah.
getting the rights to all those
it's
characters.
not gonna happen.
Like, Hubert was in it.
Oh yeah, Cubert wasn't it. But
Yeah.
I honestly, that was one of the biggest surprises at E3. Like,
yeah,
I just saw
yeah. Like, today,
because the
it was fucking mind-blowing. It just stopped us dead in our tracks. We're like, what the
Because I guess the trailer aired for some people yesterday,
Mhm.
but it didn't come online until today, and I don't think it came onto the show floor until today either.
Yeah, because I remember seeing there was like this pixelated head that was everywhere. It was
Yeah.
even way outside of the convention center. There was like a pixelated head. I'm like, what is that? What's Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, I mean they've been.
And they started playing it on the show floor.
Yeah,
That's right.
good job.
And there was a ton of like sequels to everything, but we really didn't necessarily go and check them out. A lot of them out, like Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 3,
Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor, Warfighter,
Warface.
Warface 2, yeah. Yeah, there's actually Warface, Crisis 3, Dead Space 3. Like, we just didn't bother.
Don't care. I mean, I'm sure I'll play.
And they got all the fucking, best of E3 awards, but I
don't understand
I
why.
personally don't understand why, also. I mean, they look great. They look great.
Revengeance only had like a few little.
Revenge doesn't get anything, but it was like, it was innovating.
Yeah, it's the. I don't know.
Quantum Conundrum should have had a fucking ton of awards.
Yeah.
Hitman could have
there
had
we go.
awards.
Hey, speaking of Hitman, talk about a completely 180 reversal on that from what I saw from that trailer.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer, like, we posted it as well, but it confused everyone. Like, all the comments online, people were like, what the fuck, this isn't Hitman, latex nuns, blah, blah, blah. We're like, yeah, we gotta go investigate what this is about. We had an appointment at Square Enix, we checked it out, and we were pleasantly surprised.
It's Hitman.
It's Hitman.
Yeah.
It's totally Hitman, like the classic Hitman, but improved.
Yeah.
It looked really deep.
Had some of the. I really liked the. Because in Hitman, you didn't really have to worry about shooting too much, but I like the improved.
Gunplay.
Yeah, well, Splinter Cell, like where you go into a room and you can pinpoint each enemy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just classic Hitman evolved. The guy said that we took a 6-year break to kind of like refine what Hitman's about. Figure out how to evolve it, and I think they did a fantastic job. Like, there was...
We asked about the latex nuns, too.
Yeah, we actually went, like, after watching the presentation, which... There were some things that were kind of campy about it. Like, we were laughing at the fact that they showed off a mission, which made it seem like Hitman had traveled back to the 50s or something.
Tunnel snakes rule.
Yeah, tunnel snakes. It's like you have to assassinate greasers in some bumfuck town.
Assassinate greasers in a town purely populated by police officers.
There's like 10,000 police officers.
That's all there is. There's an Asian store clerk and then police officers.
They even had and dogs having sex.
Yeah, and dogs having sex.
Really realistically, which kind of freaked me out. A lot of nervous laughter.
How long did someone spend animating 2 dogs having sex in the corner?
Just fucking think about it. Yeah, wait, we're getting off the topic here, but
I'm sorry.
It got ingrained into my mind. It was developed by some European studio or something, so I felt like they maybe took some, they interpreted American culture in an all-new way, which made us laugh a little bit. We went and talked to them, yes, Chris said, we went and talked to them afterwards, because we were trying to figure out what the fuck is with these latex nuns, like, attacking Agent 47, who's supposed to be the stealthy guy.
Yeah.
And he said, like, yeah, the trailer was just meant to kind of be a little bit more over the top. This is not how things are going to play out. But we were inspired by Quentin Tarantino for a level. So they want to do something a little bit grindhousey.
And apparently the nuns are going to make an appearance.
Yeah, although you're like, what is this? When does Tarantino do latex nuns, I guess? I'd say more Robert Rodriguez than Tarantino. Yeah, maybe there's a bit of confusion there. What else did we check out? We checked out a ton of like little miscellaneous titles. Persona fighting game.
Yeah, I'm actually really... That game is... I'm going to go back and play that tomorrow, but that game is sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
No idea who made it, but yeah, they just decided to make
I think it's just Atlas. I think it's just... not Atlas.
in collaboration with somebody else. It must have been.
It's a 2-button
Maybe like Sammy? Yeah, it's weird. It's really simple.
So you have like a normal attack and a heavy attack. And then you have your Persona has a normal attack and heavy attack.
And do you know what that reminds you of? Who gets this reference? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I don't get that reference.
Okay. It's an old anime series which had like basically the same concept where you have the protagonist and their spirit.
Okay.
Okay, you control the spirit.
I've seen episodes. I just didn't make that connection to now.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that in terms of feel, so nice to see a spiritual sequel.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. I mean, I kicked Sirius' ass.
My fucking ass. It was stupid. You're just spamming buttons.
I wasn't spamming buttons.
I actually tried to figure out the game. He just like slamming the console.
I just know how to play fighting games and you don't.
Fuck you.
All you have to do is quarter circle 3/4 of the time and you're good. Anyways, don't listen to me. I have terrible fighting game advice. So
yeah. There was an awful lack of indie games. You kind of noticed.
I mean, there was like the Indiecade, but it was stuff that was already out, and the developers weren't even there.
So, didn't have a chance to talk to anybody.
We went to check out PID, but that fell through.
Not that you know what PID is, but
And neither do we.
here's one thing that's funny. You know, you go and try to talk to an indie developer, and they put a PR person there. You know, a PR person is somebody they hire to deal with people who walk up to these booths. We had an appointment. They sent us to the wrong booth. They sent us to Bethesda, first of all. You know,
Thanks.
we ended up there. So we came back, we're like, okay, you guys sent us to the wrong booth. We missed our appointment. And this guy was treating it as if we were like entering into the premiere of some sort of like $50 million video game. So we want to check out this fucking indie video game, you know? And this guy is just sitting there like
Going over everything.
going every fucking detail and just like
Not letting us play.
not letting us play. And I'm like,
I mean, someone else was playing, and I was fine with them playing.
but they were letting them play for like a fucking hour.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We want to talk to the developers. We don't care about these PR people. For God's sakes.
Yeah. It's
If they're nice, sure, but
not-
yeah, we literally just walked away because we
Sorry.
couldn't take it.
I mean, if it looked like a nice game,
Looked like a nice game,
but I don't know if it actually was.
but if you've got a guy stonewalling us while we're trying to cover it, then what can we do? Speaking of stonewalling,
Here comes the stone wall.
here comes
No, but-
Oblivion.
Oh yeah. You want to
The-
talk about that, Elder Scrolls?
We should. We'll mention it.
We'll mention it.
But at this point, you probably have read a very lengthy article about it.
Oh god, dude.
But we were excited to go check out the Elder Scrolls game.
We got to the booth.
Elder Scrolls Online, right?
For,
Very hyped title, 5 years in the making.
We had an appointment, so we're like, oh, let's go check it out. Sirio gets in. They're telling him.
In a theater, they do a theater.
Yeah,
presence.
it's a theater, so it's like away from everyone else. They're like, oh, you're only scheduled for one person, so
I scheduled for 2.
yeah, whatever.
I got confirmation.
Yeah. They basically told me to go play games in a corner while Sirio.
To go play Dishonored, which isn't that bad, in retrospect.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I come back like a few minutes later. I'm like, how long till it's out? It's like, oh, you can go in if you want. I made a horrible mistake. I'm like, awesome. I am so ready for this. So I go and stand in the back of the theater for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, which felt like
blow-
4 hours long.
I wanted
could
to
not.
blow my fucking head off.
I was squirming so fucking hard, and all I could think about was like, I wish I was in Chris's shoes right now. I wish I wasn't here.
He had no idea I was in there.
Yeah. So, the irony, right? It was horrendous. Like Elder Scrolls Online was absolutely awful.
I don't know what they've been doing for the past 5 or 6 years, however long they've been working on it.
Like it's a separate division of Bethesda, but it felt bad. Like it was.
It's
It was like somebody going over. Again, it was like the time travel thing. I felt like I was at a presentation for World of Warcraft or something before it came out.
yeah.
Because the guy was just
It just felt like a very minimal MMO, like the bare bones of what an MMO should be. And they were just, and it just felt like they were just going through the environments like one at a time. It's like, well, here's a volcano with lava rolling down the side.
Here's a destroyed church.
And here's a skeleton. Do you like skeleton? Oh, and then this next mission, we're gonna fight some werewolves. So you
Werewolves.
better get your silver bullets.
There's
right?
no guns in this game.
But that's the joke. It was really bad. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying in the current gaming realm, there's so many
There's no room.
fantasy MMOs that do it well. World of Warcraft is undefeatable at this point.
Yeah. There's
Like for real,
well, everyone like we've talked to. The only thing that's gonna beat WoW at this point
is WoW.
is WoW.
Actually, yeah, when we were talking to some guys at Destructoid,
Yeah,
I was mentioning it. Yeah, they said the only thing that will beat WoW is WoW.
And it's true.
Makes sense.
Well, and the thing is, like, it's not that this is it looks like a as a game. It's not bad. It's not inspiring. It's not interesting whatsoever.
It's not doing anything new.
Nothing.
It's not doing that. I mean, we're looking at the combat, and they're like, you can block.
Cool.
But yeah, the combat was really janky.
Well, I was talking to
It
you
looked
about-
janky. It looked
like,
stiff.
Even games that just do the same thing over, at least they look interesting. Like Aeon, for instance, like it's just another fantasy MMO, but they do something completely different.
They have like a combo system. They've got
There's a combo system. The combat looks like
really pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
There's like no effects here.
Yeah, it's just
Like bonk, clunk, bonk, clunk. It's like the Elder Scrolls experience visually,
yeah.
with a generic MMO gameplay filter on it. Like there was just a real lack of anything. Like it was just uncomfortable because you could tell everybody was just like completely underwhelmed by it.
And then there was the point where they're like, and here's the PvP, 150 player PvP. And like in theory, it's like sweet, 150 people beating the shit out of each other in a PvP. And then they show this super small area where it's just this giant like blob of people. It doesn't.
Smashing into each other, and you're like, how the fuck would this work?
How would it even be fun? Like,
The combat system just doesn't seem like it would work at all.
no.
It would turn into clumsy fest. Like
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't.
it's just so fucking guys. It's so generic.
They're throwing.
Do not like.
They're throwing their money away on this game.
It just
It's
feels
not
like
gonna
they
succeed.
failed before they started. I don't know what they could do at this point.
Yeah.
They're this far along, and they're slated to release in 2013. I think they've shot themselves in the foot. Like there's no.
They better hope to make enough money from development on day one sales, because judging from what they've shown, no one is going to stick around for more than the 30-day period that this game.
It looks awful. It looks really bad. I mean, I was also like really. I got pissed actually when they announced Elder Scrolls Online because they spent so much money destroying Interplay's version of a Fallout MMO, which had been in development for years as well, in order to get the rights for it themselves. And now I'm like, I'm dreading the fact that they might ever have a chance to work on it because of how bad this game looks. Like, it was a fucking disaster, in my opinion. We walked out, we were just like, what the fuck was that?
Pissed.
We were pissed.
Like, honestly, there shouldn't be any reason for us to be pissed, but it was.
But after seeing all these amazing games at E3, like, out of Bethesda,
yeah,
for them to show something like that was just like a fucking slap to the face. You're like, nobody saw this game before you guys showed it off like this? Like, it's terrible. It's all about first impressions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they need a terrible first impression, I think, with most of the people.
Yeah.
Well, some people clapped. I was like,
Yeah, I didn't understand.
is it nervous clapping? I'm not sure.
I hope it was. I hope we're not the only
Yeah.
people who are sitting there like, what is this?
Because we walked out, we then went to play Dishonored, and it felt like
I didn't even.
I didn't even play it because I was so upset at what I'd seen. And, you know, Dishonored is a very anticipated game.
And it wasn't as fun. It was pretty fun, but
It wasn't fun because we were both so angry. We came out
Yeah.
speechless.
Yeah.
We came out speechless, just went and started playing Dishonored.
we looked at each other. The only words that came out of our mouths was, "That was so fucking bad." Literally, that was literally all we said. I looked at you. You were like, "That was so fucking
That
bad."
was so fucking bad.
And I'm just like, cereal.
Put on your fucking head.
And we didn't say anything for the next like 15 minutes, just fucking playing this game. Goddamn.
Yeah, I can't give you guys a fair opinion of Dishonored because we had that shit to get over.
Sorry.
Which Dishonored was a cool art style.
Might be a good game, but I don't know because I wasn't focusing on the game. I was just washing my brain.
Yeah. It's like a palate cleanser after eating a bowl of shit. You know what I mean? It just, yeah. That was probably the worst thing we've seen at E3, by far. By far.
Yeah.
Most disappointing thing. James Bond was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like James Bond, like it was sad.
It was sad that we were watching GoldenEye,
But it's
Resurrected in
to be
2012.
it's to be expected from a. I mean, when was the last James Bond? Well, I guess I don't know.
They did GoldenEye Reloaded,
Yeah.
which is
When was the last good James Bond game? So it was expected. We just kind
They're
of.
basically doing GoldenEye again, and
It's not like we were expecting much, but this is Bethesda.
yeah,
Bethesda.
5 years.
Bethesda.
5 years, amazing graphic engine, and
This is what we get.
this is what we get. I mean, at this point, you've probably read our article about it,
Hopefully.
but I just want to reiterate that it really, it was surreal to an extent. Like, it was shocking. It was just shocking to us. And I mean, I hope if they read our article, I hope they take it in a constructive manner.
If they see this.
If they see this, they'll realize we're much more upset, but this is just because it's so fresh at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's not because we hate Bethesda or Skyrim or anything like that.
Skyrim's fun. I like Skyrim.
We genuinely are just disappointed. You know, like angrily disappointed at what they had to show for 5 years of development.
Yo.
It just seems like they're squandering. It could damage the entire Elder Scrolls reputation, in my opinion.
It could, very well. And they, at this point, if they're too blind to
Take a step back.
and see what they've done.
Yeah.
This is a drink holder.
Yeah.
On the thumb.
This is a higher hotel. You see the flowers behind us? Those are real flowers, by the way.
Real, 100%. In this hand, giant's hand.
Yeah, but for us here at Awesome-Robo, you know, it was kind of an inspiring time, I think. Like, we were...
I've met some people who recognize.
Met some people who recognized us, which was really nice, actually. You know, we usually don't hear a lot from our community.
We'd love to.
Yeah, we'd love to, obviously. We'd love to hear from
Looking
you guys.
at you.
Looking to you. But to hear that some editors actually knew who we were was, like, from other websites. That was kind of a cool little tip of the hat, I guess. In terms of,
I wasn't expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting that at all either. Just some random conversations that happened, and you know, it's a little inspiring, it's motivating, you know, so we'll be working hard on the blog again. It's getting really deep.
Yeah.
It's 4 in the morning.
Is it really 4 in the morning?
It's 3:30 in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
Tomorrow's day 3 of E3, but at that point we're just going to be
Dead.
wandering around. We haven't even discussed Nintendo at all, or Sony.
We'll do
Or
we'll do
anybody
we'll
else.
do it in tomorrow's podcast.
We're doing a podcast tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna do day 1 or day 1/2 and day 3.
Okay.
That's what this is gonna be.
A3. Alright guys, well this is the end of part 1 and 2 of the podcast.
Sorry we couldn't do a part 1.
Yeah, we're a little too fucked up.
We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah. Let's just say we ended up at a party for a big developer, and
Too
we
much
got
alcohol.
so trashed the day before E3 that I don't remember anything.
We skipped the Nintendo press conference.
We
We
were supposed to go to the Nintendo press
Whoops.
conference, but we
We're kind of
kind
right.
of decided that, judging off their last 2 years, they're not going to announce anything new.
And it's not like we were gonna put any of that information on our website anyways. We could just read it from other blogs.
Exactly. And they pre-streamed everything online on Spike and whatever. So we're like, you know what?
Whatever.
Curing this hangover's better. And turns out we didn't miss anything. And we'll share our opinions about Nintendo and Sony on part 3, on the day 3 recap podcast, which is coming up right now.
What the fuck is going on in there? This humiliation chair.